We're live. And this is the thumbnail, Marcus.
Yeah, and Manny, this has absolutely nothing to do with the world of wrestling. Nothing.
Yes, it does. Anna Jay has come back.
Where was she gone?
She was injured
When?
many moons ago.
To me, when they announced Anna Jay is back, it was like, I didn't know she was gone. I just assumed she was on Dark or something.
I had a feeling that John Huber was probably still alive at that point.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. This is my Milton moment, in which I had no clue she was still with us. So, she came out to make a save, and now she's into this casino battle royal that they have every pay-per-view, and nobody ever wins anything.
Well, I do have other...
Uh-oh.
I do have other candidates for your thumbnail today.
Oh, I want to see.
Would you like to see them?
Yes. 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 You want to know why? Because Danny Garcia and CM Punk are the two most mentioned wrestlers on this show every single week. Every single week. Them and Everrise. Every week.
You know why what I don't understand about this is why they're on TV so much. Because Everrise are basically Deuce and Domino from way back when.
Oh!
Deuce and Domino! Oh!
I feel like what if Deuce and Domino were kidnapped by Matt Jackson and Chuck Taylor and decided to do, this is who we are now. And Danny Garcia is with them. And they don't even explain to us why he's with them or where he came from, but he seemed like a package deal with 2.0. I'm glad this is not the cover. Way to go. Way to skip. What's the other candidates? Oh, yes, Mandy!
They're totally in my warehouse to make this the thumbnail.
Yeah, because, you have your no AEW rule that's been broken 2 weeks in a row.
Actually, I broke the AEW rule a long time ago, where it was Britt Baker winning the title.
Yeah, but that's a different story. That's real shit. This was my match of the week. I don't care what anybody says. Fuck the world. Fuck the world.
But then this picture has more for me, because it's the look of amazement, Marcus.
Yes.
It's how when we tease the story of the penis story from the wedding. It's how I imagine people would be waiting, listening to hear
it. Yes. But that's the image that should live forever. That he was about to touch that. I didn't realize how much the way is dead. And how shocked that guy is about the whole ordeal up there in his yellow shirt. Oh my God! Like he's more shocked than Indy. But ladies and gentlemen, as we go through all these thumbnails, just tune in later as we talk about CM Punk.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
We're in mourning, Marcus. NXT is dead.
CM Punk.
Welcome to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm, of course, Lord Manny Hayes. I'm joined by CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk.
Later, CM Punk. and Marcus, the grand finale. Manny, how you doing today on this very CM Punk Thursday edition of the show?
I'm doing great. I'm having a very CM Punk day.
Yep, that's great. I hope everybody has a CM Punk day, as CM Punk will be talked about later on the show. Just to remind people.
Basically, we're getting at that AEW are kind of going all out with CM Punk, like, constantly.
Hold on, was there a pun intended?
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I didn't intend for it to happen, but it just...
No, you could have used no pun intended. But you said, yeah, no, I want that pun. I'm keeping that one. I'm keeping that CM Punk all out pun. But yeah, they say his name way too much. And I think I was in Dynamite for the first 30 seconds. And I'm like, oh, FTR Prime Powerful. Doing the entrance, CM Punk will be on later. He's going to be interviewed in the ring. CM Punk's going to be with Jim Ross. CM Punk is it's like, no, stop it. I'm being CM spammed. That's what's happening.
CM spam.
CM spam. CM spam. That's where I was at with this. So, Jesus Christ. Or CM Punk. That's what they like to call him.
In other news, yeah, as Maurice has already pointed out,
yeah.
Rest in peace, Daphne. That happened during... When was it? During AEW?
It was during... Dynamite. There was this video of Daphne went live. I was notified by Ryan, who was like, Daphne's going live and she's threatening to kill herself, and it was terrifying, to be honest, because I went into the stream as well, and you got all these wrestlers telling her to pick up her phone, Daphne don't do it, and all of this. It's just a lot of drama going in there. It was scary. I shut it off because I was like, I do not want to see anybody take their own life on Instagram, and then it was eventually shut off. And I believe a few moments ago, it was announced that she was found dead in her apartment. And it's just terrible. The whole situation is just terrible.
I mean, there are numbers out there if you're struggling and you've got stuff like that. So make sure you actually do reach out for help. Like, there's nothing shameful about asking for help when you're like in that state. Yeah, because your life is valuable.
Yep. You may not think so, but you're valuable to somebody somewhere.
Yeah, you mean something to someone.
Yeah, and by the outpour for whether it was on the Instagram feed itself or even probably moments now, I haven't been able to go online since I read it like a few minutes ago. Daphne's life did matter. So
I think everyone's does, and it's one of those things where it happened, and like. It's very like there's certain people that will look at it a certain way. I think some people will look at it as like it's selfish that way, but you never look at it as that person, because I think that person obviously looked at it as like there's no other way.
Yep.
So like yeah.
So yep.
Yeah. So that's
it. We started this off with a lot of fun and then went into that. I mean, it's a real thing. It's just take the CM Punk jokes aside. This is a tragedy.
Also, so we do have...
Shout out to the mid-card mess people and all the people in New York who are putting up with Hurricane Ida that is destroying a lot of their shit right now. Like, it's apparently that's another tragedy going on. And I don't mean to come in as all full of bad news for everybody, and, we'll continue our show as intended of randomness, but, our thoughts are with those people, and, whether it's Daphne or the people suffering through the hurricane.
100%. And we do have a battle going on in the mid-card mess. The battle of who can get the image out quicker. We've got Maurice.
Oh, that looks like he's walking something dirty.
It really does, doesn't it?
If somebody were to walk in, what are you about to... Oh, I'm sorry, Maurice, to disturb you.
But then we got Jen, who's outside watching the sharpshooters, which I'm looking at Jen's computer. You need to check your emails.
That's over 100,000. Nice, but I will say that is a nice setting to be watching the sharpshooters.
It really is a nice setting.
That looks nice. So
I do have a
news of how you watch this show.
Yeah, keep sending them in. We really enjoy them. We also like picking apart the background you have. I do have a new story. So it's the future of NXT. So news came out that Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard were going to be were taking over NXT, but that's not 100% true apparently. They are to make the big decisions on NXT. The day-to-day running of NXT will largely remain unchanged and left in the hands of Triple H and Shawn Michaels, according to the WrestleVotes Twitter feed. So going forward, NXT will develop. They can't talk anymore. Developmental brand with an emphasis on larger, OJ Styles, and younger wrestlers. The TV show itself will have the Vince and Pritchard stamp all over it.
Oh, that just sounds nasty. But, shout out to all the real journalists in the wrestling industry that gets it right the first time or the second time or the fourth or fifth time or wait to watch it's happening. Because I'm sure the same show, WrestleVerse or whoever reported, Triple H has lost all control of NXT to Mr. McMahon has given Triple H control back to NXT. But I believe that the major large scheme booking, you have to do this side because it was a losing product, Manny. It was a losing product. We lost the AEW stank all over NXT. They had to go in there and overhaul. Whether there's a big change to say Vince McMahon's in charge or not, it will bring in the views. I think it's going to bring in the views of I have to see what this either train wreck is going to be or what Vince McMahon is going to do with NXT now. I think they're going to get 1 million views on what
I want to know what Vince McMahon is going to do with it. I want to know what Vince McMahon's going to do to it. And I think he's going to get more views, much like what Eric said in the mid-card mess the other day.
Well, yeah. And people who, as I posted in, I believe it was Raquel's post or wherever the hell it is in the mid-card mess, or somewhere online. I was online leaving my fingerprint somewhere. I said NXT was a losing product. My favorite wrestling show. It is. It still probably is my favorite wrestling show. It was a losing product, and this is what happens when you lose in any business venture. You go under new management. Whether it's sports, whether you're a restaurant, when shit's going bad, new management needs to take over and give you a different image and try to bring it. Because NXT was only getting 500,000 to 600,000 views on Tuesday, and I think they got like 7 maybe this week or something. But it's not really progressing, and it's not what USA was paying for, as they seem to be upset with WWE. So you have to step in, and you have to say, we're under new management. Triple H, it was nice seeing you, but this indie wrestling isn't working. I need stars, damn it. I need more triple threat matches like Damian Priest and Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And I need more tag matches like FTR and Bright and Powerful. Yes, they're not my company, but that was our match. That was our match, damn it. That was a WWE match, I swear to God.
But he wants big, meaty men bumping meat. He wants more of it.
Yes. And as you saw in NXT, you can kind of see the infuse of the Vince McMahon influence going in there. And Bruce Pritchard. You can see it, as in which they were featured all their big men. And you know, that they were just trying to infuse a little bit more. And I'm excited for the new NXT change, even though I'm going to miss the old NXT. I'm going to miss it. The black and gold brand is my brand. And it was
I don't think it's going to change as much as people think at the beginning. Like I feel like they got to weed out everyone first.
Yeah.
Because like Champa, what would you do with Champa? You can't just leave him there.
Chop! Tommaso, chop him. Send him to AEW. But with that being said, I think it will be a complete overhaul. But, you know, it is what it is. Change is not always bad. But no matter what in the wrestling community, any change is bad. No matter what. It's all bad.
It's never taken well.
It is. It's never taken well.
It's never taken well.
I've never seen wrestling fans go, oh, I want to see them change. Even Sting, when we first became pro Sting. Oh, I don't like this Sting. I wish he was finished me Sting. Oh, no, this is good. Or Hogan, I'm a heel in the NWO. Oh, I hate this. Oh, this is good.
So we have another challenger into the ropes.
Ooh.
Eric tuning in.
Oh, nice. Live from
Bed.
wherever that is. His bed. Looks like a bed. On an iPad.
Yeah, so let's kick into NXT. One of the last ones of this logo.
When are you going to replace the new logo?
I'm never replacing it. I can't stand that logo. It doesn't fit with our aesthetic.
That's going to be the new Confederate flag of the old NXT logo at Vince McMahon. Nope, I'm leaving it up. I want my NXT back. I want the first person to show up on the new NXT to be the Velveteen Dream. Just to piss people off even more. Like, those motherfuckers.
So we kick off NXT with Suray versus Mandy Rose. Mandy. This was a good match, surprisingly, until the end. With the overacting of the one that wasn't Gigi Dolan.
JCJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy this group for whatever reason. I feel like it worked. As soon as they walked up together, I was like, that's the team right there. That is Mandy Rose Death Squad. Y'all are in trouble. Suray, you better back up, because they coming for you in Booker T voice N-word, brother. Because they not only did, Mandy get the kick from hell, as I'm calling that.
That's the drop kick of doom. It was the greatest drop kick ever.
I love that drop kick, and Mandy got killed by it, and they were like, oh, shoot, we got to get her out of here. Protect Mandy at all costs. But later, when they got Suray ass in the back during a commercial break, in which the announcers were very casual about a murder may have taken place. Because they were like, well, this happened moments ago. Suray dead in the door. And I'm like, oh.
I wish I took a screen capture of that, because she managed to get her shoe off. Her boot off, but it was beaten up beside the door.
But I did a reimagining of what could have happened there and how did they get the drop, these two jobbers. And I believe they casually knocked on the door. And then they were like, hey, we talked about earlier, pah! And it was like, get her. So, I think Mandy Rose has found her a squad that has even more depth squad. Like, they killed Suray. They've only been a team for 1 week, and they already took a body for it.
Is this better than Absolution or Fire and Desire, or whatever they were called before?
Or them and their demanding donuts, whatever you want to call them. This is deadly. Sonya, you've been replaced by two murderous women who aren't afraid to catch bodies. Like, it was beat down on sight. They were like, nah, man, they kicked Mandy in the face. I don't know if Mandy's going to take... I hope Mandy takes Cody Rhodes' gimmick of being, with the mask.
Guard.
Yeah, face guard, and Mandy Rose, she's hideous or something. She's freaking out over it, making people wear paper bags. I want Mandy to go that route. And more importantly, Manny, I want V-Triggers!
Are you a little bit upset that you didn't get it? Because I didn't get. I was a little bit like.
I was pissed.
I was like, oh, I didn't get to yell it today.
Yeah, I was literally in a room by myself watching this, and I wanted to yell V-Trigger all by myself in that room, and everybody to hear it when she was gonna let. But nope, she died before she could do it.
So the following match was Duke Hudson versus Kyle O'Reilly. Another really good match. Like, Duke had a good showing. Like, I bet Triple H made him lose just for like, fuck you, Vince. Fuck you all. Mr.
I know what you want, Vince. I know what you want, Vince. You wanted this in the middle of the pandemic, too. I know what you wanted. You've been having your eye on Duke. Or Brandon Beat at the time. But I'm making all your guys take pins tonight. Whether it's Ridge, whether it's Duke, your guys are taking pins tonight. The little man will stand tall. So I want to say this was a nice send-off for Kyle O'Reilly in his final match on NXT. As Mr. Man comes in and was like, what is this? And Vince was like, that's Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah.
I'll tell you what's going to happen, Marcus. Everyone from the Undisputed Era are going to be sitting in the crowd at an AEW Dynamite show, much like the Radicals back in 2000.
I can see it. And also, I do see... So, you got another Diamond Mine release. This time it's Roderick Strong. Then Roddy Strong look in the back at those two guys, the Creed brothers as they're being known as, and go, yep, Diamond Mine is Michael Bivens, these two guys, and Suzuki. And I am now on the chopping block. Because I feel like Vince McMahon is going to look at NXT like some people look at their pizza or burgers, in which they're just going to be picking shit off. Nope, I do not like tomatoes. Nope, I do not like olives or mushrooms. Nope, don't like that. Just picking shit off one by one.
You basically describe how I eat food continuously.
Yes, you and Vince McMahon are the exact same person when it comes to picking things off their sandwiches or burgers. So your lettuce ready will be Roderick Strong. Your tomato will be Kyle O'Reilly. Any mustard or mayo, that's Adam Cole. You're going to be left with the meat, which is Duke Hudson, Rich Holland, and OJ Jones. That's your burger.
100%. 100%. I like it plain.
By the way, your bread is Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
It's good bread.
Yeah,
I'm
good
just
bread.
saying.
Good bread. You got
I'm
good
just saying.
bread. You still got good bread.
Good bread can save a bad burger. I'm just saying.
Yeah, solid meat, good bread.
So we get Ilya Dragunov. He gets mad respect as he comes out, like still limping. He said,
I'm not done.
The ring general has fallen. Long live the Tsar! Which doesn't have a nice ring to it. It really doesn't.
No. Take that shit back. I want Walter back. Not my champion.
You can't pull the not my president on this.
I am. Walter's my champion, damn it. Oh, no. That is probably the match of the year. I can't see anything beating them. Unless they go a third time.
Excuse me.
Right?
Excuse me. Do you not know what happened in this Sunday? The
What's
epic
happening this
return
Sunday?
of CM Punk.
I don't know which return I'm more
excited for. I hope people can tell
for.
I'm being sarcastic. I don't know about you.
I'm 100% real on this shit. And I'm going to tell you how real I am. I can't tell which return I'm more excited for more. The return of CM Punk, which we will talk about later in the show, or the return of Paul White, formerly known as The Big Show, and QT Marshall. Can't wait. Well. I can't wait to see this. No, I am excited about that return. And the return of, Ruby Riott, Daniel Bryant, but all these people that are going to show up at All Out, in which maybe the title of All Out is Tony Khan is finally all out of money to sign everybody.
So Kaylee Ray, there's too many speaking spots at this point. Kaylee Ray said she's to boost the women's division needed. That's why Regal gave her a telephone call, which when she's interrupted by that clown listing every other woman in the women's division.
Hold on. I have a piece of paper here to list every single woman who may or may not be here in 2 weeks, but we're going to do this anyway.
Kaylee Ray should have beaten him up.
Raquel Gonzalez. I hope they're still here. Tony Storm. Oh, nope. She's on SmackDown, I think. Nope. Suray. Oh, nope. She may be dead. Gigi Nolan. Maybe in jail.
And then whilst this is happening, Carmelo Hayes has been warned to stay out of his business by Santos Escobar.
Because Escobar is getting ahead of this. Don't you join them black men. Don't you join them black men. I have finally made an equal team. I have balanced the scales by getting Elektra Lopez in my group. So we don't have to deal with B-Fab anymore. So don't you dare join up with him. This is my time now. I have 1 week left in this company before Mr. McMahon comes in and direct our shit. Like, the only thing left is going to be Legado del Fantasma, might be Elektra Lopez, and my Muslim brother, Joaquin Phoenix, who had that bow tie. And I was like, I think he's in the wrong group.
Well, I think when Vince McMahon sees that group, he's getting rid of Adonis. He'll keep the other three together. He'll get rid of Adonis.
I like to think that he doesn't even know that Top Dollar is AJ Francis.
I guarantee he'll take one look at Adonis and go, I thought I fired you. And then he'll be like, oh, and then someone whispers in his ear, that's not JTG.
That's not? Okay.
Oh, you're fired anyway.
I had to take over. Hunter. Why? Why, Vince? Why? You brought back JTG.
Yeah.
What? I didn't bring back JTG. He's standing over there. That's what Shotzi D and Don is. Who? He's fired too. The hell with it. And you got Mark Henry over there. That's what Disney shows.
I'm gonna call him OJ Styles. So Imperium versus Grayson Waller and Drake Maverick. Was Grayson Waller just supposed to be a boxer because he had no other game?
I don't know, but I actually, for whatever it is, I enjoyed Grayson Waller enthusiasm. He went into this, and I like the reverse roles of Drake Maverick normally being the enthusiastic one to have to be the straight man to this Waller guy. And I was like, this guy has Mr. Man all over it. But I feel like he was a solid looking dude. Like he had personality.
I mean, the Australians are taking over in wrestling right now.
Yep. Until they get fired by Vince.
I think they've really I think their camp, like in Australia, really produced like solid wrestlers that can be used, even though Vince gets tired of people very quickly.
Who we got? Rhea.
We had Bronson Reed. We had.
He was New Zealand.
No, he wasn't.
He was New Zealand.
He's Australian.
He was New Zealand.
Australian. The flag looks the same, but he's Australian.
Ah, whatever. He's out.
Indy Hartwell, Tony Storm. Tony Storm is technically New Zealand, but she now resides in the Gold Coast.
They got they released the Iconics. So, but they had a strong Australia.
Buddy Murphy.
Australia might be the new Japan.
Yeah. So I think this might be the worst debut ever for Grayson Waller.
Why? I thought he was solid. He got his ass whooped.
Oh, I don't actually have any notes on the promo, but I just wrote "Strike." Birch opened his mouth.
I thought he thought about speaking. I feel like that's gonna be a strike one day. Strike. Danny Burch thought about speaking. But they were the boys who don't have a name, just a bunch of four guys that got together and was like, we're gonna talk shit about people, talk about how bad we really are. Who probably will be dismantled and be the Ridge Hollis team as the new leader, as Pete Dunne would just look and go, yeah, I used to be the leader of this team. I'm still the company though.
Well, I'm the baddest man.
I like that bitch is gonna come in there and take the name. Yeah, you're the baddest man in NXT? Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. Ridge Holland is the baddest man in NXT now. Fine.
So, a really good match between Johnny Gargano versus LA Knight. Surprisingly, this may be the best LA Knight match I've ever seen in my life.
Look, they not only... No, come on, you're disrespecting the Grimes match. I thought it was good. I thought the Grimes match was better.
No!
Because this is how good you know Johnny Gargano is, who probably get chopped. Is that because the rest of his team isn't even there anymore. But he was able to do all the nonsensical stories involved in this one and have a good match around it. Like, the dude is a wizard in the ring. Just a wizard.
Yeah, and I like the way it finished. It was a bit of a off ending, but like it had to happen for story purposes of the InDex story.
Yeah.
Where they cost Johnny the win.
You know, it didn't dawn on me that Johnny did lose the entire faction of the way. He literally lost. They're all gone. With his wife being pregnant, Austin still traveling in the woods.
Gargano will be picked off like a mushroom.
Like, I like mushrooms. Yeah, not me. Shit. But yeah, I just feel like he lost everything. Like, Candace, Austin's gone. Indy's now with Dexter. Dexter's going to the main roster so it's see him. Like, why is this shit not? Why do I not have this wedding on Monday Night Raw? By the way, that is my favorite news story of the week. Vince McMahon. Raw was in chaos. Vince McMahon was angry.
Oh, surprise! Raw was in chaos.
It's always in chaos. And why was he angry? Look what y'all been writing. We actually got a good show out of this.
Wait, what we getting next week, Marcus? Mei Ling is in action.
Ooh. I'm going to say this right now. If this is the new NXT era, and if they say this week is NXT, it's going to be the Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, whatever era, and Mei Ling has a match, this will be the highest rated NXT of all time. Because Mei Ling is going to put asses in them seats. Because I've always wanted to know what she did out that chair. Bo was trash, and Xia Li's
I'm sorry, I can't take you seriously after what Eric just said. Johnny G is the new Warren G. He lost everything.
They took my ring. They took my Rolex. I looked at the brother and said, damn, what's next?
So, Jessica Maya versus Raquel Gonzalez.
If we're going full regulator mode, can I call Gigi Dolan and JCJ Nate Dogg, in which they played all the buses down, including Sarah.
But which Nate Dogg are we talking about? Because we live in a world where Nate Dogg was cloned.
Well, not what if Nate Dogg. Let's go with true continuity Nate Dogg. The one that laid all the buses down and let his gat explode. Nate Dogg. That's my Gigi Dolan.
Yeah, so we have a pointless match of Jessica Maya versus Raquel, just a stare down from Frankie Monet. Ember Moon challenges Kaylee Ray. Why? No one cares.
Because Vince McMahon's going like, Ember Moon still works here? I'm not accepting that. No. You were fired. I fired you. There's so many people. And I bet you Samoa Joe is also going to feel the effects of like, shit. But I think that's going to be a solid match. Ember Moon's taking that pin, but it's going to be a solid match.
And then we get Samoa Joe. From what I gathered from this interview, he made it very clear he's a transitional champion. It's just a question who he's going to lose it to.
Yes. It's not a matter of who. It's a matter of when. And that's my next title defense. I can reenact those. I am here doing this part-time. I was in Vegas scouting talent. I'm all about the future of NXT. I'm not here to wrestle.
Well, he was out there scouting talent 2 weeks ago.
As soon as Vince McMahon sees me, Carmelo Hayes will be the new NXT champion.
So we get Ikemen Jiro versus Roderick Strong. The Diamond Mine have recruited new young boys.
Diamond Mine!
And this match was just it.
It's a Roddy match. It's solid.
No,
just
I
like
can't
Colorado.
stand him now. I find him incredibly boring. Boring to look at. Boring in his matches.
You just know that nothing's going anywhere, and that Diamond Mine is going to be a casualty.
It's just like watching paint dry when you watch Roderick Strong. You know what's going to happen. You expect it to happen. And it does happen.
Hold on, Manny. This new Roderick Strong, as Vic Joseph said, his strikes are more accurate, they're more concise, everything has more impact now. This is a new Roderick Strong. And I believe that's what Vic Joseph said. I said, no, it's not. This has been Roddy
Vic
from the
Joseph's
word
been
jump.
lying to us.
This
Vic
is
Joseph
Roddy
is
from
a
the
fraud.
word jump.
Vic Joseph is a fraud.
You're a fraud and a liar. You have no intake. This is the same man.
So the
This
main
is like
event.
someone trying to justify their girlfriend or boyfriend. No, he's changed. No, he's still the same guy.
So we get the main event. Ridge Holland versus Tommaso Champa. The match, very good. But surprisingly, Champa picks up the win. It's very
Didn't
surprising.
see that coming. That was Triple H's last call. Nope, not gonna allow this one.
Do you think he carefully took off his headset, took it down, put it in like a black cloth, and then buried it afterwards?
I think after NXT ended, he secretly hugged all the little guys. Gargano, Ciampa, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. Guys, it's been a pleasure.
But how cool would this be? This is obviously fantasy booking. You get Vince's NXT invaded in 2 months in November by Triple H's NXT.
The black and gold brand comes back. We're not
And
going to
then-
stand here and take it.
And it'll be dealt with in War Games.
That would be amazing. That is pure fan fiction, though. Pure fan fiction. You want to know my fan fiction of NXT?
Go
Is
on.
that, you know, how we are releasing, I see the releasing of all these guys who I love in NXT. I see it happening. But I do see them going to, let's have them go to the main roster. With Adam Cole, led by them, lead a Survivor Series match of Black and Gold NXT versus, you know, the main roster. And that is my fantasy booking for Survivor Series or Saudi Arabia, whichever one they want to do. And they bring back Retribution, led by Keith Lee and everything. It'd be an uprising. But that's not happening. That's not happening here.
And then stay tuned for more CM Punk after the break. Meet Marcus. You may know him from the Untitled Manny and Marcus show and the Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast. You may know he spent the majority of last summer living in his car, and now he's lost all his money in Vegas. Help Marcus by donating to the Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast or going to storefrontier.com/DSPN and buying some of our merch. Help today before it's too late.
It's too late. It's too late. I went to Vegas again after that.
I do
and
feel
lost
like
all my
you
money
should.
again.
I do feel like you should record a show from inside the car for
So bad. I'll save that till when we do Legends Night.
Legends Night, we have to get Wes in.
Hold the DSP title.
I wonder if he still got the shirt. I was hoping when he did the watch along with me for SummerSlam, I was hoping he had the shirt. So AEW kicks off with an incredible tag match between Santana Ortiz and FTR. It's a great way to kick off this tag match. I hope this feud is over now for good. And
No,
both of
man.
them can look to tag team gold.
Manny, they're tied. 1-1. That's what they're tied at right now. At this current juncture, they are tied 1-1. So we gotta have that rubber match. And this time, I don't know where we're going to. I don't know what other match, because they've had all the types of matches they could have. But I do hope it's done. Fantastic tag match. Just fantastic. There was a tag rope involved. They were following rules. Shit was there were dives in there. They're crazy. But I didn't know where it was going to go, who was going to win. It was back and forth. And this is, and, you know, and this is what I want every now and then. You know, it doesn't have to always be crazy Young Buck stuff. It could be a sensible match, and the crowd could get behind it just as much. This was a fun match and a nice start. It was like 20-something minutes, like to start at Dynamite.
Yeah.
We had 400 CM Punk bitches in the middle of it. And I was just hoping that the only complaint was, it's a minor nitpick for me, was that the announcers didn't say CM Punk was coming up next as soon as they won the match. As if this was a throwaway feud or match that didn't matter. Like, I'm sorry that you guys got to go through the CM Punk is coming up soon. I'm sorry you have to go put you through this.
And then, so we do get eventually CM Punk. He states he's nervous or scared about wrestling for the first time in years, which prompted the strike. Because it prompted the crowd to do a "You Still Got It" chant. And we've never seen him wrestle in 7 years. How can you prove that he still got it when you're doing a "You Still Got It" chant and he hasn't done anything? Bullshit.
So, Manny,
all of these fans, I hope to God there was the Brood bloodbath, because that's what they all deserve.
Manny, for whatever reason, you choose to take away positive encouragement from people. That's all that was. I was on the fence. I was like, they shouldn't be doing that. But at least it's positive encouragement for a man that has doubt in his eyes if he can still go. It made sense in context. Instead of Sting comes out there, throws 2 punches, does a bad scorpion splash, and they're like, "You still got it." And you're like, "Nah, he lost a couple of feet off that. He's not as quick as he used to. There's no muscle under there. He's in a t-shirt. He ain't got a lot of it. He has some, but not all of it."
And then Sting had to announce that he will not be at ringside for their match. their match that seems bigger than any other match that's going on this all-out card.
I'm sorry, I got the text message.
Yeah, so did I.
Eric, that's something that I feel like shouldn't be on this show, but it's not gonna work. It's too late.
I can bring it on.
We can save it for the end.
Yeah, carry on talking. I'll upload it.
Yeah, so, this whole segment happens with Punk and 2.0 and, the highlight of the show, Danny Garcia, the man that has been on every single edition of AEW television, whether it's Dark, Elevation, Being the Elite, Rampage, Dynamite, Nitro, WWE Main Event. This motherfucker is on every single show. Thunder, fucking WCW Saturday Night.
I believe he was on the Thunder album too.
And will be on CLB, the Drake feature. Like he's literally everywhere, and you can't get away from him. It's like Tony Khan was like, "That's my guy. Don't fuck with that. That's my guy. I'm putting my step. If anything positive happened for Danny Garcia right now, that is my guy." I don't even know if they announced that he's all elite yet. It's like, does he have a real contract?
I don't even think 2.0 have a real contract yet.
No, they were announced to being all elite.
Oh, by Jericho. Ugh.
Yeah. So, if Danny Garcia don't have a contract, I would just hope, I would want Vince McMahon to swoop in, offer that kid a boatload of money, and send his ass at home. Just to piss Tony Khan off. Like, why would you do this? Why? But, CM Punk does a go to sleep, and I don't know. For me, this is the third time CM Punk has come out to the ring and expressed his happiness of being back in Chicago at home, and can't wait for it all out to fight Darby Allin. Basically saying the same thing. I feel like when he comes out now, it's just a guy going to the grocery store. Like, he just casually walks in, I do my one segment, I casually walk out.
But how long will it take before the novelty of having him back is going to wear off?
I feel like it wore off to me this week. Because this AEW was in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
That pop wasn't as big as it should have been. Again. Like, it should have been just as big as the last time. It should have been bigger than Milwaukee. It was more like, hey, well, welcome back. Because they bring him out and mention him so much, it doesn't feel special anymore. It's kind of like, they're giving him Sting treatment, in which every segment is Tony Schiavone's going to interview Sting. And Sting never has anything to say, just like I think Punk
don't get me started on Tony Schiavone now. How dare he? He had a sit down with MJF, proving he is the biggest hippo of the crates. Where he opens his interview with MJF, calling him the most disgusting and despicable human being he's ever been around in his life. Yet this man simps out to DMD. Look at him. Look at this little fool. Look at that. Hate him. Hate him. Everything that happened to his son a couple of weeks ago, he deserved it.
Yeah. I hope Bobby gets his son. Bobby take care of people's sons. I want to call Bobby the son killer.
The offspring killer.
Yeah, the offspring killer. Oh no, I think that's probably a real silly killer somewhere. Oh, but do you think there's? I'm not saying this to cinch or anything, but I just feel like, do you think Tony Khan and JR and Tony was like, you know, JR, you always do the sit down interviews. I want to do a sit down interview. You take your ass and do the walk to the ring. All right, you do it. I'm doing the sit down in the back with MJF. I can see something like that happening. Like,
yeah, I feel like that happened. And then MJF said he's going to take Jericho's place on Mount Rushmore, and then Jericho's ruining his legacy by keep coming back for the spotlight, which are all facts.
Yeah, the Mount Rushmore thing, I don't know. I don't have him up there. Either WWE or AEW.
Jen, you can't say that. CM Punk reminds me of that uncle that's been in jail for 7 years and then shows up at his welcome home party.
Well, the problem with that uncle that shows up is that you know he's going back to jail. You know he's going back to jail after like 2 visits. He's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, uncle. Yeah, it's nice having you around. Yeah. Up. And 2 weeks later, yeah, he's in jail again. What did he do? Same thing. Stealing. But he's casually just walking around the same jumpsuit all the time and everything. But I had a problem with this MJF promo.
Why?
Just because of all the cuts of the camera. Like, I feel like it was just like cut. And he would find the camera, and I was distracted by it. Like, if you're going to do an interview like that, don't have him look into the camera on each different angle that you have. And it's supposed to be a sit-down interview. I don't know. It bugged me.
Well, they could have done it properly with proper editing. You don't have to. You don't have to have him look at the. When he looked away at the camera, you cut to the other camera. You don't have to. You don't have to make it so obvious.
That he's finding the camera each time, unless that was intended. Although I do not like the editing on Dynamite. I feel like it's choppy. They did edit this promo, and they could seem like it wasn't over when they cut it off. It feel like they do that for a lot of promos, where it's like, and I got more to say. Cut. Like, what? I don't know. I always have issues with their editing.
So we get Orange Cassidy versus the old man, apparently, even though he looks like he's just the Jack Evans. This match wasn't bad either. But I hate anything to do with Matt Hardy and his HFO.
So, I didn't hate the match. But I feel like I didn't need the match, and I feel like the match wasn't important since they had it end in the commercial break anyway. This match ended in the commercial break, and I read a report from, the simp Dave Meltzer, who goes to say that was intended, but that makes it worse. It makes it worse. You have full control of your show. You're telling me this match didn't matter, they ended the commercial break. I'm not going to watch picture-in-picture either way. I'm going to skip through it. And, that pin in the middle, I was like, this didn't matter at all. Jack Evans was house show Jack Evans in wrestling his t-shirt. And it just showed me Matt Hardy and his entire team. It's just 4 different tag teams in one. And I don't need it. The Butcher.
The only decent one in his team is Angelico. And they treat him like a scrub in AEW too.
Yeah. He's just Jack Evans' tag partner.
Eric says, I was just shocked that Angelico wasn't injured. I can't believe they don't use it. I think he's just come back from injury, Eric.
I have no idea.
Jen said there was so much picture-in-picture. I didn't notice. I downloaded the whatever feed it was.
It's too much picture-in-picture. Just go to commercial. Don't fear the commercial break. If you believe in your product, go to commercial. Your people will come back. But I think the fear is that if we go to commercial, someone's going to go to see something on TV. Oh, it's AJ Francis on WWE Treasures. I have to watch that. No, you have no competition on this Wednesday night. Just go to commercial.
I would watch AJ Francis on most one.
I do.
Most one.
All right, Manny, what item would you want AJ Francis to find this week? We should do that every week. For something that happened this week, AJ Francis has to find that item.
I mean, the FDW title that hit hit Brian Cage in the face.
Damn it.
Because the easy answer would be carrying across his helmet. The easy answer would be carrying across his helmet, but I feel like that'd be the answer every week. What would you think? What would you choose?
Because you took the perfect answer of the MCW title, the one that Ricky Starks was carrying, not the original. No, this is the one Ricky Starks had. Oh wow, this is great. As for some guy, I don't have a better answer. Maybe
can I give you an answer?
I got the turnbuckle that FTR took, or that FTR took off in the middle of the tag match.
Because we're recasting this series and now we're doing it, we can use anything up until this point. I would like to give you either the pipe that B-Fab used or the pipe the other one used the following week.
That would be 2 weeks ago, the pipe that B-Fab used.
Yeah, or last week, the pipe that Elektra used.
That would have been last week. Yes, I would have took that. Yes. Also, Manny, I would look for it. Last week, I know she wasn't on the show or had nothing to do with the show, but I would also look for the mask of Catalina Garcia. Because I don't know where she's at.
I mean, Catalina Garcia is MIA at the moment anyway, so maybe we have AJ Francis go look for Catalina Garcia.
That's it. This is officially a segment. This is officially a segment. Things we're gonna look up. Things we need to have.
Just remind me, I'll make a graphic for it as well.
Our most wanted treasure.
So, where are you at? The Miro Eddie Kingston video package, the back and forth was actually really interesting. Like, I felt like it was well done.
Oh, my favorite line, and this line makes no sense outside of wrestling. You can't use it anywhere else other than, "You are God's favorite champion. Why is your kryptonite a DDT?" It made me laugh because that is a great question. And Miro has no answer for it. I think this match is going to be terrible and all out, but I'm interested. I like the promos. All he lays down for is his wife in a hotel room. That's it.
So,
Tremendous.
we get Chris Jericho with JR. He said he put his career on the line because if he could stay here and win more matches and always win more, but he'd always know that he never beat MJF. He states that MJF doesn't have what it takes to get rid of him. I hope this is the way to write off Jericho for a while.
I think it is. He's not winning this match. I don't think this match is going to be particularly any good. I believe people are going to love it because, Jericho, but I think it needs to go.
Yeah, Jericho needs a break. So we have mentioned already Will Powerhouse Hobbs versus Brian Cage, where he gets hit in the head with the FTW title, which is the most nonsense finish of a night where there wasn't really any interference till the end of matches.
You know how I call this that tag match the most WWE match of the night? Nope. Hobbs and Cage technically was the most WWE match. Although Cage is getting fat, Hobbs has gotten fatter, and it just looked like a lot. And then the run-in from Starks and Hook being out there, and I hope this business is done. This company has done no service to Brian Cage.
No. My friend, the most WWE segment happened next, which was QT Marshall and Paul White.
No, you don't know why this doesn't win those WWE segment? Because Vince McMahon would not allow QT Marshall on his TV.
So Big Show comes out, he gets jumped by the Factory and is saved by the Gun Club, who then turn on the Big Show or Paul White. Why is Billy Gunn turning on people in 2021?
I don't know. And why is he turning on Paul White? Why are there 50-year-old men hitting each other with chairs? And why is it that I am more interested in watching Billy Gunn versus the Big Show than watching QT Marshall versus the Big Show?
Because you're an ass man? Bam,
bam. Yes, I'm an ass man! Yeah! By the way, the item I want is the chair that Billy Gunn Big Show with.
I want it signed. I want it donated.
Yeah. And this is the Big Show. Yeah, somebody finally turned on the Big Show instead of him turning on them. So this is a sign it does happen. But no. I can rant again about QT Marshall. I refuse to. This should not
just
be
go
happening.
watch. There's a video on the channel of why is something about QT Marshall. Go watch that. It's the same rant.
Yeah, it's the same rant. I'm not. You can, I could dub it over in a different language if you want one day, but no. How dare you give me this? This should not be on All Out.
If it's not on the pre-show, I'll be very disappointed. Penelope Ford versus Tayconti. Tayconti has improved as a wrestler, but I don't think she would have improved if she stayed in NXT. There were just too many women there.
Yeah, she would have got the same fate. Psh, chopped. But
I don't know. Vince may have seen her and been like, ho, 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 ho.
Brazilian, huh?
Jiu-jitsu, huh?
Blonde. That's all it takes.
And then Anna Jay makes her long-awaited return after this match as Ford and the Bunny gang up on Conti.
Again, didn't know she was gone.
The last
Maybe
time
that's
she
it.
was on TV was when -1 was around.
Didn't know. Didn't know he wasn't around anymore either.
The Elite, the final match, the main event, the Elite versus the Lucha Bros and the Jurassic Express. This was going alright till it turned into a gigantic spot fest, and then the madness that happened as the AEW show went off the air.
Yes. As in Cage being lowered because Callis somehow got the keys. So you can explain. It's easy to explain. Don Callis has finally got the guy in the truck to lower the cage. That's easily explainable. But they couldn't explain to me why the cage was up there in the first place. It's like, for me, a proper setup would have been Kenny starts the show and talk about how this cage keeps people out, and that's up there, and then they do a segment involving the cage, or Christian in a cage, with Brian Cage or something talking. And then you explain why the cage is up there, not just have a cage up there for whatever reason. Lower the cage. If I'm somebody in the arena going, why is there a cage up there? So they lowered them, and then they beat down the challengers to a bloody pulp.
And then Jen says, as you mentioned as well, there's a video of Tony Khan being irate after the show.
Slowly transform into Dixie.
I can't imagine him being angry anyway. Hey, you guys.
Hey guys! It's me, Tony!
It's me,
You just
TK.
Just stop! Just stop! Stop! Stop beating up these guys!
This is after he put down his cocaine.
Stop! But I really hope I feel like he's on the verge of becoming an on-screen character. I know that was my prediction for 2021. And I had a 3-month plan, but somehow it was postponed. It's a pandemic, so I wouldn't see him going out there. And, you know, the NFL season's coming up, so he's got to go in. You got to get shit in before that starts.
I can't just wait for the moment when his dad cuts him off.
I remember the moment for Dixie. Remember Dixie was like, yeah, that's spending money. I'm signing all these guys. And, you know, cool. And then Hogan came in and was like, Dad was like, we're losing way too fucking much money. It was cool at first, but you just signed Tommaso Ciampa to $2 million. I'm cutting you off.
So that was the end of AEW. What did you think of it?
I thought it was an average show. I thought the first half was a lot better than the second half. That it was a lot of nonsense and nothing happening. The real go-home show was Rampage. I guess when the faces get their comeuppance, because it looked like this reminds me of the NWO. Just beating up everybody and making everybody look like chumps in the back. God forbid we don't have John Moxley on the show this week.
John Moxley's too busy waiting to wrestle an old man.
Yeah, John Moxley wants to fight old Japanese guys for the rest of his life. That seems to be his gimmick now. Yeah, I don't want the title anymore. I want these old Japanese guys. Why? Who knows? But yeah, so that's where we are with AEW. Kenny Omega now has blue hair and just randomly yells at the microphone. So, no. See you at Rampage.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Where CM Punk will be live this Friday on Rampage.
Which will we be covering this Saturday. Same time, same place.
Well, we were reviewing such matches as Shody Lee Johnson versus Malachi Black.
Eric
Who
said it feels like
again is in the same
AEW.
spot he was before.
It feels like AEW is directing its attention to Rampage. I feel like they're trying to, but like after this week, I think they're going to start leaning towards it being taped, and then I don't see it going on. I don't see it doing well. And then I think I read a report that throughout October, in America anyway, that SmackDown's going to be preempted.
Because baseball! If there was ever a time for Dynamite to say we're going to our Rampage or AEW or whatever they want to call themselves, or Danny Garcia Live, whatever they want to call themselves, decide to come on Friday and do live shows, that would be the time.
I mean, I'd make a call to The Rock. I'd make a call to The Rock on purpose.
Come on, Rock. You got a movie to promote. You know, it's really great, guys. But come on, Rock. How much do I gotta pay you? $5 million, Tony. Done. That might be the draw. His dad goes, what? For one appearance ever? Yeah. For a 2-second clip that he sent to Access Hollywood too, he didn't even mention AEW.
So Eric did send this in.
And I just want to put facts. 100% facts. And we haven't seen a new NXT, but that's what it feels like already.
But you know what? Like. I don't think that's the right logo, because I think when they added the wings and stuff, that was when NXT started to change a little bit anyway. I prefer it was just the NXT logo.
The one we use at the bottom, right?
Yeah, not the one, this weird bat with
metal
skull
tribute to
combination.
Shout out to Black Unveiled.
But yeah, that was the end of the show. I think, for me, both shows were kind of equal.
Yeah.
Maybe AEW took a jump ahead because
I'm
of the
going to give
action
AEW the nod. I give AEW the nod because it seems like there is a show and there are continuous storylines. Whether I agree or disagree with their storylines, NXT seemed like we have a series of matches and we need to get to the Vince era.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a transition show. So yeah.
Yeah, there's
so that is the end of today's show. If you continue to watch the show, please send us pictures of you watching the show because we enjoy judging your backgrounds.
Yep. Nice.
Or unread emails, Jen. Unread emails, Jen.
Unread! 500,000 unread emails. All ignored.
There is a thing where you can go select all, mark as read.
And then there's Maurice watching a questionable show. And then there's Eric right on.
You know, in that screenshot, I look like I'm about to spit on Vince McMahon's head.
Like Tua. And I look disgusted by it. Completely disgusted.
So yeah, so if you liked, make sure you like the video and subscribe. We have 7 likes on this video, which is high for a change. Yep. Check out storefrontier.com/DSPN for DSPN merch. Email the show at thesharpshooters@gmail.com. And that's it from us. Yeah. See you on Saturday.
I like that you said it as a question. That is it from us.
Well, you never know. The Fiend might turn up. You don't know. We never know with this show.
You never know. Manny, can we also get a video of you eating a hamburger and just taking stuff off and we just put names next to it?
I mean, I can do. I won't do it on this show. I'll do it on a watch along because it's more encompassing that I'm eating on the show.
Yeah, here I am taking a pizza, taking out the mushrooms. Get out of here, Gargano.
Yeah, so there is a couple of watch-alongs coming up with Extreme Rules and Crown Jewel.
Saudi money, baby. Benny got it off, so we're gonna be streaming live Crown Jewel. But we will also be trying to get that Saudi money. If there was ever a time to donate to the Sharpshooters, it will be October 21st as we review Crown Jewel, so we can also bathe in Saudi money.
And on that note, guys, peace.